Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson going into the MOTB system. It says, man shares dream about the beast system, which we know that this current system, known as the revival of the Roman Empire, or the last leg of the Roman Empire, as certain scholars refer to it as, will be the implementation of the RFID chip, which stands for the radio frequency identification chip. In some places they call it the very chip, and in Europe they call it the near field communication, which is NFC, which I believe over there it's implanted in your right hand, from what I can recall. But this is a video, it's about 10 minutes or so I may interject in between. But basically, man, the man gives a vision on the beast system, which we're currently living in, this beast system, which the beast is really synonymous with NATO, okay? And you got EU, which represents the 10 horns, or the 28 European nations. And also you have the Great Whore, which rided upon the scarlet colored beast, which the scarlet colored beast goes into the revival of this Roman Empire. And scarlet in color, which is a derivative of red, because of the biblical Edomites. Like, I mean, you go into the book of Revelation, sometimes it's synonymous with dragon or beast. And the Bible gives different allegorical contexts of what this system really is, because when you go into the book of Daniel, I believe the 7th chapter, it goes into how this fourth beast will be diverse from all the other beasts before it. And then one reason is because you have pretty much every type of philosophy and every type of empire and deity, even ranging from the military and the Senate, wrapped up into this beast system, which makes this the very the worst, as the scriptures say, that this beast was very dreadful, okay? And it had teeth, which teeth goes into the military, the power. All right, so I'm gonna play a couple of minutes of this video and get a couple of precepts. It's straightforward. We already know the precepts on this ordeal, but you know, as we believe here at the Great Millstone, that this is the next immediate prophecy to take place before the return of Yahweh Shai. I was watching on TikTok yesterday of this Israelite woman, and you could tell that she watched the prophets because she, you know, had some precepts up on the screen, and she had them accurate for the most part. You could tell she kind of shop here and there, a little fishing here and there, because you see the APTTMH. Now, whether she watches Sakari or Great Millstone or a plethora of Israelite groups, you know, you could tell that the truth is getting out there. All right. So without further delay, here we go. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's get this precept real quick. Isaiah 42, and I'm gonna start at verses 9. It says here, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. And how does the Lord speak these things, man? Through his servants, the prophets. And let's prove that. Luke 1:70. And it says here, and he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. All right, which proves that the prophets was here since the beginning, speaking the words of the Heavenly Father. For those of you that may not understand that concept. All right. Let's go here. One more precept. Hosea 12:10. Where we at? There we go. Bam. Similar to Hosea 12:10. And it says, and I've also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So an example of a similitude is like when you go into the book of Daniel, when you go into the book of Revelation, that's a similitude because they have similar visions, if not the same vision. Okay, when you go into 2nd Esdras 11 and 12, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai sent the angel, I believe it was Gabriel, if I'm not mistaken, to give Esdras the prophecy of the fourth beast, which is the first revival of the Roman Empire, going into the 12 feathers, which goes into the 12 Caesars of Rome, okay, which is the Western Roman Empire. That was a similitude because when you go into the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter and the 4th chapter, it goes into that fourth beast being extremely dreadful. So that's a similitude right there. All right. But you got guys that come and say, oh, you guys are prophet. You ain't doing nothing but reading prophecy. Well, we're reading the prophecies because we don't have to write them down. They've already been written down. So we don't have to come back and rewrite what was already written. Okay, the purpose of it was for the prophets to write these visions down and the prophets to come back later in their lot to interpret what was written down, because most of the men of the Lord did not understand what they wrote concerning these times, man. If that make any sense. You see? So anyway, without further delay, I'm gonna play some of this video and we gonna take it from there. So here we go. Power steering.
Alright guys, I just had another dream. I don't know why God is giving me these dreams lately, but it shook me to the core. And it's 2 a.m. right now. Not a good time to post on TikTok if you want views, but it's the same exact thing that happened to me a few days back with that first dream that I had. But I tried to go back to sleep and God told me, go put this out. So here I am. I'm just going to talk and tell you what I experienced this time. It was probably one of the most real dreams that I've ever experienced. And I was laying down and I just went into like this deep sleep. And I do a business on the side with some great people all throughout the world. And it's with social media and all this other stuff. And I was working with someone who is overseas, and they said, "Hey, you gotta see this. It's this new technology that is going to make our business so much easier and flow so much better, and it's going to be a lot less personal effort for you, because throughout the day, right now, you spend 10 hours doing what you do. This is going to eliminate it and be simultaneous, and you're almost not going to have to do any work." And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, this sounds great. Yeah, let me hear about it." So I'm in my dream, and he goes, I want to introduce you to someone." And I'm like, "Okay." So he put together a group chat for us, and I'm going back and forth, and I can't figure out who I'm talking to. It's like the person is brilliant. They're saying all of these things. And they said, "In order for me to make your life so much easier and make all of this money, the money's going to be like tenfold. I'm going to need access to your personal system." I don't know what that meant. That's what I heard.
See, and that's the thing right there, right? Now, see, that's the sales pitch, the bribery. Now, the apostles always went into how they're going to possibly, and, you know, we just speculate through the spirit, but it's common sense that they will do things to get people to be invested in the system. So let's just say if they, you know, you got people out there that may buck up against it and say, you know, we don't want to deal with it. And they may offer you, you know, oh, God, what the fuck? They may offer you some type of incentive-based program to get the MOTB. You see what I'm saying? Whether it be adding more money to your account, because, you know, everything is getting ready to be done through digital means, man. Like with the whole Fed now and the whole deletion of these particular apps, everything is going to be instantaneous. All right. And this is why we tell brothers out there, hey, don't get too comfortable here, because eventually, you know, things are going to take a turn to the point we're going to have to completely detach from the society. Okay, so that seems like that can be the sales pitch here.
In my head, I'm like, "What do you mean personal system?" He said, "Let's try a few things out and you'll get what I'm saying." And I said, "All right, I'm gonna go with caution. But show me what you need me to do." He said, "All I need you to do is download this database." So he sent me this link, and I clicked on the link and I hit approve, and it shot through all of, I can't even explain it, but it shot through. When I clicked that link, I started seeing everything get downloaded almost to like this cloud base of my memory, my business. All of these numbers were popping up. The things that I do on the side for my side business, it was all being basically put on this cloud-based software. And
right, and that's what the whole thing, when they go to these different meetings in Davos and all this other stuff, this is what they do, man. All right, give me 1 second, brothers. 1 second. This is the count of it, man. This is why this guy Donald Trump has the likings of Elon Musk. Okay, you got Dr. Oz. You have all these men that's promoting a digital technocracy, man. All right, which this is going to be a complete dystopia, which we're already in it. All right, they had the whole thing 2030, but now, hey, it looks like they accelerated their plans to before then because, hey, the elites are pressed for time. So eventually, this system is going to go down, and they're going to implement this new system, which will be with this MOTB. And like we always say, you know, a lot of you guys out there that call yourselves Israelites, you know, a lot of you are going to be window shopping in that day because for the simple fact, you know, you're not going to have any particular merit to stand on in that day when this all comes to pass, right?
Being downloaded, and almost like my brain was being downloaded in the air. And
the cloud, okay, with the whole concept of iCloud, you know, when you get Google phones or iPhones, they prompt you to download this cloud algorithm. That way you are uploading your information into this invisible server, man, and you can download it for whenever use. So this is what it's going to be. You're basically going to be a walking, talking fucking cloud server, if that make any sense.
He goes, all right, let's try it out. So I hit approve, and I said, are there going to be any like long-term effects? I don't know if I want my information out there like that. And he says, it's already too late. You might as well give it a go now. And I said, oh, okay. Like, I was very hesitant, but I was like, all right, we'll try this out because I trust my friend. I trust this guy who introduced me to this person that I had not seen. So we do a couple of these things for my business, and it goes so well. Everything was done in a matter of minutes, and the money that I was making was so much money from doing this thing, and I was like, oh man, this is pretty amazing. And he goes, well, I'm gonna take the next step. I'm gonna take it a step further. Instead of you actually having to do the couple clicks, the things that you need to do, I'm going to control it for you. I said, what do you mean you're going to control it for me? He said, I'm stronger now because I have access to everything about you. And you will see, don't worry, you will see the benefits from this. It's going to be great. And in my dream, I'm like, all right, weird, but okay, yeah, let's go for it. So all of a sudden, all of these things started happening that I was doing that I could not control. And I had this vision of someone controlling me, almost like a video game. But it wasn't.
Wow. And Salakia, man, it's loud in here. I'll be out of here in a second. But you heard what he just said. He said that he had, like somebody was controlling him. Now, this was a vision, okay? And 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to get it. Because in a dream, he didn't resist it, you see? And most people is not going to resist it because most people, they're not going to want to lose the little dainties that they have, man. This is why they're pushing all this this hybrid technology and these incentive-based programs, because they know people are going to opt into this shit, man. All right? They know you people are silly enough to fall for the okie doke because you Americans, you don't know how to suffer, okay? And you refuse to suffer because you're considered spoiled. Okay, you Americans are very spoiled, to say the least. You see? But he stated that everything was instantaneous, and that's the sales pitch. When things are instant, then that's when people decide to go for the convenience, man.
Physically doing this stuff, it was all done through my mind. And it was connecting all the pieces together, everything that I do every single day for work. He was doing it, and it was a guy. He was doing it for me. And I was like, this is incredible. Like I feel like you took over my mind. And he's like, I have taken over your mind. You've given me access to your mind. When you opened up the link, you gave me access to your mind. And now I have full access to your body. But don't worry, I'm going to make you richer than you've ever been before. So again, he kept promising this, and I reached out to my friend, and I was like, I need to talk to this guy because he's starting to freak me out. And the guy jumped, he as soon as I said outreach to my partner, it's like it got blocked. And I was only dealing with this guy that took over my body and took over my mind. And he said, no, you only work with me for now. And it freaked me out. And he said, just trust me. And I was like, I'm trying to trust you, but you have full control over me. Like, can I ever get full control of myself again? And he said, no, you're never going to get full control of yourself because you are now mine. And it really, it dug deep. And I was like, you can't have control over me. I said, this is my body. And he goes, watch. And all of a sudden he moved my arm on my own, or on his own. I had no control over it. My entire arm was numb, and it was my right arm. And I was trying to break out of this dream. I started realizing that I was dreaming, and all of these numbers again were popping through my head. Memories with every act that I did, or every act that he did, he got stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like the software was downloading to him. I know this sounds crazy. I don't know what it means. I have a feeling, but I'm just going to keep going with this. So I broke out of my dream, and I caught myself in between a state of asleep and awake, and I was talking, and I said, just don't control my body anymore. Don't control my body anymore. And when I woke up, again, in this dream state, I couldn't move my arm. It was literally like it was controlled. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm never going to regain my body ever again. And all of a sudden, I went right back into my dream state. And I was going to talk to this guy. I finally had the opportunity to talk to him. And I opened up this door to go into this room. And it was a guy sitting in this chair, but I couldn't see his face. Everything was dark. And he said one more time, you are mine. And then I woke up.
And that's the elite. That's the Satan, man, you know. Because see, Christians, they try to come up with this concept of the Antichrist. There's no such thing as the Antichrist. All right. There's many men that come in an anti-Hamashiach spirit. Okay, you got Israelites that are antichrist, but there's no one particular religious dictator that's going to call the shots. This is a system, okay, that they're building up, that's being delegated through the higher elites, man, and it's being delegated down on through the particular leaders of the world, the presidents, the prime ministers, and the governors, and all these other people. It's not just one person, if that make any sense, man.
That was terrifying, to say the least. And God told me that I need to put this out right now. And I don't know if I got very strange vibes of the last days. And when I woke up, I knew it had to do with the beast system. That there is going to be so much control and so much wealth and so many promises behind what is to come with the mark of the beast. I know it is from God. That we will not, once you give this up, once you give full ownership to your mind and body, whether it's a chip, whatever it is, it's a software download that he showed me, that once I gave full access to this man,
and there's all that and much more, okay? This is why you have these smart cities, AI, you know what I'm saying? And really, the Lord give guys like this dreams to confound you Israelites out there, because you got Israelites out there that literally reject this prophecy, all because the men of the great millstone teach it. which is pretty stupid in my opinion. I always use the saying, why would you throw away your salvation because a group of men that you dislike? Okay, if anything, you're supposed to take the information and run with it and pray to the Heavenly Father that He have mercy on you, man. Because like we said, a lot of you guys are going to be given over to this wicked system because you wasn't preparing your mindset, man. Okay, like, hey, we're prepared to go off this shit any moment. You know, Lord's will, the Spirit still be upon us. But me, myself, look, I'm waiting on it to fall, man. You know, this is why I try not to get too caught up in these possessions and jobs and all this other this folly, because it ain't gonna mean nothing at the end of the day. You know, the same thing in 2020, you had men that sold out and shot the 3-pointer all because they didn't want to lose their little freaking jobs, man. Which all those people that lost their job in the military because they refused the such and such, this guy Trump, he basically he give them their jobs back, and I believe they get back pay, man. So I guess it was worth the wait, right? Because they getting ready to get paid out. But you got a lot of people that don't have that mentality, man. They gotta get it now. Like the scriptures say, all men don't have faith. All right,
no longer exist in myself, and I could not control the things that I did anymore. And it was almost like a video game that He controlled me through my body and through my mind.
And that's what it is now. You brothers ever saw that movie called Upgrade?